Welcome to the Milk and Cookies podcast. This is the super amazing podcast that's absolutely everything to do with American football and nothing to do with Milk and Cookies. My name is Alex. I'm joined with Anthony, Leon, and Frankie. We had a full house today going over week 4. We got our predictions for the week, which we'll be going over in the next episode. But without further ado, gentlemen, as we always start out every single week, how was week 4 for everybody?
Pretty good, I would say. Catch the mayo, please.
It was some BS.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Thank you. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Surprising is, I think, an understatement there. So,
What do you mean understatement?
I mean, some of the games were, that should have been blowouts weren't blowouts. And,
Just at me next
mean,
time.
what?
Just at me next time.
Well, I wasn't even talking about the Bucks. I was talking about the Jets game. I was fully
Oh.
expecting Tennessee to come in and whoop them by at least 2 scores. I was full expecting that. I was not expecting it to be a close win, let alone for the Jets to win.
And kick nothing but field goals the whole game, which was very frustrating.
Mm.
That's why they weren't up 21 to freaking 9. They were up 9-7 freaking halftime.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, guys. I can't stand Urban Meyer anymore.
Me neither.
I've lost all my respect for him.
It was his bar. He had to show up for you.
But still, for him to do that,
It's an embarrassing look.
It's not even the whole scandal thing that's going on. I'm just talking about in general. This guy was one of the most well-respected college football head coaches because of what he did to Ohio State and how Ohio State would always get to the national championship, either that or, the bowl games beforehand. And now he's with the Jags. He's led them to be 0-4. One of 2 teams to be 0-4, which, okay, but still, it's not derived away from the point that he's just so disinterested in running an NFL team because he doesn't have those pieces in his hand. He has to actually build something. It's not just handed to him. Remember when he said that every week is like playing against Alabama?
yeah,
Who says that?
an idiot.
Well, it's true.
I mean, I get that.
But it's true.
I understand it's true. But it's like, how do you make that comparison? Like, oh, yeah, even the worst team feels like Alabama every week. It's like, okay, well, you're given a team that could beat Alabama, so do something with it.
You're given a team of football players.
No, not even football players. You have Trevor Lawrence, just as one of the most highly anticipated draft picks in the past 20 years. I mean, James Robinson, who's a top 10 running back on a good day. The defense isn't really that terrible. Well, until they traded away CJ Henderson.
For nothing.
Yeah, it's like they can't win games. And it feels like it's not that they can't, it's that he doesn't want to win any games.
They play hard. You can see that, but the coaching is very,
Exactly.
Well, how much longer will that continue after what happened over the weekend? That's a good point that Leon brings up.
He's going to be the coach. They're not just going to fire him.
No.
Or is he trying to get fired and then he takes the USC job?
No.
No, but I don't think he's going to USC. He already turned USC down, though.
Yeah, but coaches will do that as like a smokescreen just to show people that they're really interested in something else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. The Justin Fields era for the Chicago Bears is finally set in. Win against Detroit, even though it was Detroit, a win's a win.
It was Detroit, and they got the Raiders this week. That's not going to go well.
Win's a win. You never know. I mean,
That could be an interesting game.
It
After
could
seeing
be.
the Raiders play the Chargers, they're going to have
take the
a
Raiders.
tough time. The Bears.
Mm-mm. I got the Raiders. It was about a game. It was destined to happen.
Yeah, okay.
Can't win them all. Like your Dolphins.
We knew we were going to lose that game.
Yeah, that's why I was the one that predicted Indianapolis to win.
Yeah.
Only one here.
Anthony, aren't you like dead last in the prediction rankings?
You know what, Alex? It's only week 4. A lot can happen.
Not even on our level where he's talking.
So, anyways,
Also,
speaking of blowouts, Buffalo, Houston, 40-0.
Houston didn't even score anything.
No,
I didn't expect that type of blowout.
I didn't even watch the game. I already knew it was going to be a blowout.
Dude, the game was so bad that they threw Mitchell Trubisky into the game, and even he got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Buffalo's damn good.
Yeah, Buffalo's a series threat for the AFC right now. We already knew
Do you
that.
think
from
they could
last
go
year.
into Kansas City and win?
Into
Despite
Kansas
Kansas
City?
City's struggles, despite the struggles of
defense
Kansas City,
Garbage.
Bills, they're gonna beat Kansas City.
I would say otherwise. I think Kansas City makes a statement that they're still the top team in the AFC.
Kansas City defense is so bad, it wouldn't even matter.
The thing with Kansas City's defense is that it's one way or the other. One way they'll hold like a really good team to like under 14, 15, 16 points, and then against the Eagles they'll allow 30.
yeah.
So it's depending, but I still think Kansas City has the chance to win it. But I think the winner is the dominant force of the AFC.
Mm.
Because those are the top two teams in the conference.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I think it's finally time that we've all been waiting for. Tampa Bay, New England.
I was at work for the first half, and I was cleaning and watching the game, and then I got home for the second half.
That's fair. Excuse me.
Brady
Uh,
Belichick.
Yeah, that man's a weirdo. Leon, what do you think of that game?
What?
Yeah. I thought the game, the weather complications, played a big part. I feel like if it was a sunny day, the Bucks would have caught a lot of more passes. And
Hear me out on this though. If Tampa was fully healthy on defense, no injuries, New England wouldn't have scored 17 points on us. Clear as
Correct.
day. But we
Yeah.
were injured. That's why it was such a close game.
I mean, not-
Antoine Winfield, concussion. Sean Murphy Bunting, hamstring. Carlton Davis, quad. That's 3 of our starting corners. Jamel Dean, something with his knee. So you throw Richard Sherman. That's the only reason Sherman played. That's the only reason that Sherman played.
I still don't agree with you on that he's such a big impact to that defense.
It was one game he got thrown in midweek and he led the team with tackles. What else do you expect?
Last week you made it seem that Richard Sherman was the second coming of Jesus or something to Tampa Bay's
He'll
defense.
be there. He'll be there.
I'm just saying, like, I get it. Richard Sherman, big name, but he hasn't produced anything since Seattle.
Hey, you never know. What can happen.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Let's
It's a long
see.
season, bud.
I gotta say, can we just talk about the Atlanta game for a second?
And how bad of a team Atlanta is.
Atlanta had a lead, and in Atlanta fashion, they lost the lead just like that.
Typical.
Yeah. Arizona beat the Rams. Is Arizona the most dominant team in the NFC West, or was that just a fluke win?
It's not a fluke win. I don't think they're the most dominant team in the NFC West. I don't think any of the 4 teams are dominant, but I think Arizona right now might be the best team. At least they have the best offense. I mean, they're 4-0, so why shouldn't I say they're the best team right now?
That's fair.
They were supposed to lose to the Jags. The Jags caused stupid plays. Arizona is the perfect matchup for the Rams. They're not the best team, though, in my opinion.
Then what is the best team, Leon?
The best team in the league, the Bucks.
Okay.
About time someone realizes it.
Oh my god.
Green
What
Bay
else?
might have something to say about that.
And then after that, you got the Bills.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think
you say the Bills are the second best
top
team in
5
the league?
teams. Top 5 or top 3. How about that? Top 3 in the league. Tampa, Buffalo, Kansas City.
Green Bay.
A mediocre Green Bay.
What? Have you seen them the last 3 weeks?
I don't know.
Well, I do know, and I think they're pretty damn good.
So
Just to lose in the championship game 3 years in a row.
So let
Well,
me just
that's
say,
probably
so
true.
Green Bay beating San Francisco on the road was mediocre.
I mean,
No way in hell.
I just feel like there's still something to prove with this team.
Okay, what left is there to prove?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers' future, is he gonna stay in Green Bay? Is he gonna go? Like during the Steelers Green Bay game, he looked over at Tomlin, smiled and winked. Don't you think that's a sign Aaron Rodgers is possible going to Pittsburgh?
No, because they had a play that shouldn't have been called a completion or whatever it was, and they tried to rush the field so they can get to get the next play rolling, so that the next play would have been cemented.
I don't know. I just
It
feel
was just
like
smart football. I wouldn't call it as any hint that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler.
Or he's looking at Mike Tomlin saying how pathetic his offense is. That could have been too, right?
That's it.
when Juju could have been catching passes from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, but instead he's too busy dropping passes. Remember that? Remember he could have signed with Kansas City.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but then he took his 5th year.
Yeah.
The
For what?
what's it called? You know, I'm gonna say it. I don't think Tampa is gonna make the conference game.
What do you
They'll find a way.
mean?
I
They
really
have Tom
don't.
Brady.
I'm sorry.
They have Tom Brady. They'll find a way.
I know they have Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I know they'll find a way because I know Tom Brady in the playoffs is the most lethal
Hey,
person that ever exists in the football.
remember what happened last year? Remember what happened last year?
What, you went 11-5 and you won the Super Bowl?
After that bye week, we went 8-0. 8-0.
And I thought New Orleans would beat Tampa in the divisional round.
Yeah, because they swept us in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you
Not
got
just swept, but-
swept.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then
They
they won 30
manhandled us.
They manhandled them in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
The only thing that,
No, I
that kind
don't-
of makes me think of this way about Tampa is, I mean, the team is still perfectly fine.
Yeah,
But I
our
think-
offense is fine. It's just our defense and our
I'm not
secondary.
even saying the defense. I just think the aura and the appeal of Super Bowl champions and all 22 and the starters came back is really getting to everybody's heads. I mean, you had a very, very close win against Dallas week 1, in which another field goal would have prevented that.
But that's
Then-
looking like a good win now.
Exactly. That is looking like a very good win, generally. That Dallas is what, 3-1 now? Right? They're 3-1? Yeah, they're 3-1. What's it called? The Atlanta game, if you take away the 2 touchdowns, the 2 pick sixes, no, even then that's still a blowout game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the not New Orleans, the New England game, which
Despise the weather.
I mean, despite the
I
weather,
just think I just think there was too much emotion.
I mean, I agree. I mean, Tom Brady returning to the stomping grounds is the place that he played for 20 years. I get that. But, dude, if Nick Folk would have made that field goal, Tampa would be 2-2.
It's
If
a
Nick Folk
56
would
yard field goal.
no, it was like 62 yards.
62.
If you added the extra
Whatever.
yard. It was
Mhm.
something like that.
I'm just saying. I don't know why, but just Tampa's had a lot of good quality wins, especially the Cowboys game. Like, that was surprising, especially
No,
now,
but
now
how
what we
much
know about
there
the
was a lot of
Cowboys, but-
time left though from that Nick Folk kick though. So Brady could have marched down the field, scored, field goal range, boom.
Could have. Well, here, actually, now that I think about this question. So, who made who what they are now? Did
What do you
Brady
mean?
make Belichick or did Belichick make Brady?
I think Brady made Belichick.
And you
Leon?
said Brady.
Brady?
If you saw the stats, Belichick has a losing record with other quarterbacks that is not Brady.
Yeah. he
With
does.
Brady, he was way above 500.
I think Brady totally made Belichick because you look at some of the Super Bowls that they won and what the Patriots, we always thought they had a great defense. They gave up over 400 yards to the Rams the first time they played them 20 years ago. Seattle scored 24 on them. Atlanta scored 28 on them. What do you need in that situation? To score points. Brady scored points. And by the way, you can talk about how good their defense was taking away Tyreek Hill in that AFC title game. Kansas City still scored 31 in that game. So it wasn't Belichick. Brady won all 6 titles for Belichick.
Well, if you take away Deflategate, take away Spygate, Tuck Rule.
So we're gonna have that conversation now.
I'm just saying.
Deflate,
If you
deflate
if you take away all of that, then he wouldn't have 7 rings now.
wait. You're saying you take it away, he wouldn't have 7 rings?
His 7th ring with Tampa.
Yeah. Wait. So you're saying
Deflategate, Tuck Rule, Spygate. That's 3.
deflate? Anthony, they crushed the Colts in that game.
Still, it was Deflategate though. They deflated the football.
That thing was overrated. Should have been put to bed months before it was. Let's be
Alright.
honest.
Here, Anthony, I got a question for you now. Now, after your comment that you had last week about Dallas.
Dear Lord. What do they
Alright,
got
so-
this week?
Well, Dallas just kicked. Well, I wouldn't say they didn't kick the crap, but they beat 3-0 Carolina. Dallas plays the Giants at home.
And the Giants are coming off of an upset win against
Anthony, I swear to God, if you say that the Giants are going to beat Dallas, I'm going to drive down to Tampa and I'm going to strangle you.
No comment.
I swear to.
Are we all predicted the Saints to beat New York?
Yeah,
That happened? No.
and we
They
all
were-
predicted
they were up
Tennessee to beat the
21-10.
Jets. What's
They
that,
were
Leon?
up
Giants. I think it'll be a close game, but Dallas has way too much talent.
Wait, Leon, what'd you say?
Saints were up 21-10, and Giants pulled some type of miracle. A couple of lucky flags.
James
and
and
some
James.
bull crap. No, James didn't have any turnovers. So what happened?
Mm.
Nothing happened either. They got a couple of flags, and that's how they came back. They went into OT and won the game. They got the ball first, and the defense was tired.
You got to give the Giants credit, though. It was a hard-fought game. They, at the end of the day, just looking at the amount of effort that they put in, they deserve the win. So,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not, I mean, was it the Giants got their first win? Indy got
Jets
their
got their first win.
Jets got their first win. So
Surprisingly.
what's that? Three of the 5 0-3 teams going into week 3 got their first win.
Who's the next rookie quarterback to get their first win?
The only one left is Trevor Lawrence.
What about Trey Lance? He hasn't really officially started a game.
I don't know. Just with the fact that Garoppolo is
I mean,
still
he's
playing
starting
at a
this
decent
week, though.
level. Lance is
He's
starting
starting.
this week.
Yeah, Garoppolo's hurt.
Oh,
Yeah, he's fighting.
San Francisco plays Arizona. Okay.
That's a really interesting game.
Is it in Arizona?
It's at Arizona, and then Jacksonville plays Tennessee at Jacksonville.
And Tennessee was struggling last week.
Jacksonville will win that game.
You think
You think
Jacksonville's gonna win that
Jacksonville
game?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a question for y'all.
Upset.
Since Tennessee's 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Since they're 2-2, do you see this being a downfall year for Tennessee? Or
Yeah,
Just
but
a-
they can still win the division because that division sucks.
That's
the
probably
division
the
does
weakest.
suck. I do agree. But do you see Tennessee having a mediocre year? Let's just say like
Yes.
10-7
I would say
or
lower. I would say maybe
9-7.
8 and 9 and 8, mainly because they played the game without their number 1 and number 2 wide receiver, AJ Brown and Julio Jones, but they were still able to put up 24 points against the Jets. Now, the Jets defense is honestly the heart and soul of that team. So I'm not really too concerned about Tennessee. It's just the injuries is what worries me. I think if they can get back either of their 2 receivers, I think they will whoop Jacksonville. But that's completely derived and depending on if Brown or Julio can come back.
And Tennessee almost New York almost lost that game too. You saw that pass interference call?
I did. I don't think the Jets are special. Like the whole Zach Wilson,
So what, a
I don't see it.
2-15 season?
I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's
He has
only
the- he has
it's
the-
only one game.
I
And
understand.
Tennessee's
He has
defense
the-
is terrible.
Yeah.
He has the Jameis hype. Zach Wilson. He has the same hype that Jameis had.
You had.
That's
Totally-
valid.
Totally different players.
Hey,
That-
just saying.
5'11".
One went to the biggest party school in the country and the other one went to BYU.
He's a number.
Yeah.
He's a nun.
And one stole crab legs from a Publix.
Yes, FSU
And had
free
way
seafood
too many
university.
off-field issues.
Free seafood university. Let's go over one more game from last week, and then we'll call it.
Failure School
Um,
University.
What school university?
Failure School University.
Failure,
Same thing.
not failure. But are you British?
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay, here. You know what? Monday night game. Raiders Chargers. Heck of a game.
Oh yeah.
Deriving from the score, which was 14-28, and the Chargers won. I think the Chargers here are the real deal. I think they're gonna be in the playoffs. Currently they are
Wow.
leading the division,
Surprisingly, that is surprising.
right? 3-1.
Yeah.
It is, but
It's
Yeah.
Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs. No, Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, I think.
Broncos are 3-1. But that is honestly
the Chiefs,
the Chiefs what?
the Chiefs are 2-2. Denver, LA, and Vegas are all 3-1.
Dude, don't even get me started on Denver. Denver is the worst 3-1 team in this league right now.
Yeah, because they beat a team that's combined of like 2 wins and 9 losses. Something like
Well,
that.
heading into week 4, their opponents that they beat all had a combined record of 0-9. And that was the same point that I had for Dallas beating Carolina. Carolina looks like the better team between them and Denver, but even Carolina's opponents were all combined for 1-8.
Do you see Sam Darnold being the real deal in Carolina?
Yes.
I do.
He's proven.
I
think
always,
he just had to get out of New York.
I've always liked Darnold. I've always thought that he was special. And I always thought that everybody was giving him too much crap
Special.
because he was on the Jets and just how much of a failure the Jets organization is. And he's got a team. He's with the Panthers, and he's proven why, he's not a reject quarterback. So
I never thought he was a reach. I've always liked him too.
yeah. So okay, but okay.
Can we talk about the Bengals?
Yeah, but for sure.
For sure. What do you want to talk
Go
about?
for it. Let's hear it.
It's a good win. I get it. They were down 14-0 at halftime to maybe the worst team in the league. But Jacksonville has some talent to work with, I think. James Robinson's a dynamic running back. Trevor Lawrence, I thought, played the best game of his rookie season so far. But, man, I tell you what, you want to talk about, making valid, drafting him first overall. That's what he did Thursday night. In the second half alone, he was 17 of 20 for 253 yards and 2 touchdowns, and not one pass he threw was remotely close to being had a chance to be intercepted. In the fourth quarter, he was 11 of 12 for 138 and a touchdown. And the quarterbacking genius that he already has to audible to that jailbreak screen that led to the game-winning field goal. Joe Burrow won the Bengals the game. It's a good win. The Bengals are 3-1, but this Sunday against Green Bay is a measuring stick game because Green Bay is really good.
Mm.
Don't believe what you saw week 1. Throw that out the window because the last 3 weeks they've been as good as any team in the league.
Green Bay weeks 2 through 4 has been unstoppable. But I
We're
mean,
gonna talk about Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is a laughing stock.
They are so boring to watch.
And Philadelphia.
Philadelphia still put up 30 against Kansas City.
They have
Yeah.
some excitement though on their team.
Their offense is
Some.
dynamic. Their defense is just bad. Though I don't think 1-3 is completely what defines them as a team. I think it's just because it's due to just some misplays, miscues, miscalls.
But that
stuff like
stadium in Philly, majority Chiefs fans.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of red.
Wow. In Philly?
Same with the
Mhm.
Chargers game. Same with the Chargers game.
Well, okay.
A lot of Raiders.
Well,
There's-
Raiders.
Well,
used
you
to be,
remember. Raiders used to be in LA, Oakland, now Vegas.
Sounds about right.
Bring the Raiders back to Oakland.
As someone told me a few years ago, there's no such thing as an LA Chargers fan. They're all still in San Diego.
I agree.
remember that.
I completely agree. So, but yep, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll get our prediction video shortly after this one, actually. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Tell us what your game of the week was, your reaction, favorite team. Just just whatever. If you just want to say hi, then say hi. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys real soon.